Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss an IIT JEE Advanced 2016 physics question, which, as you have seen in the thumbnail, is touted as the toughest question that has come ever in IIT. So let's try to figure out that is the question actually tough, or is it a bit, you can say, stretched, means the question solving requires a lot of steps or is time taking. We'll see all that, okay, and we'll try to solve the question with the discussion of the underlying concepts. We'll try to understand the concepts involved in solving the question, because as I keep on saying that if your concepts are rock solid, then you can solve any question very quickly also, right? Calculations and every other thing, while we are actually solving the question during an exam, we can do that very fast. The calculations can be done very fast, provided we are thorough with the concepts. So let's see the question. So you can see on your screen that two thin circular discs of mass m and 4m having radii of a and 2a respectively are rigidly fixed by a massless rigid rod of length L is equals to root 24a through their centers. This assembly is laid on a firm and a flat surface and set rolling without slipping on the surface, so that the angular speed about the axis of the rod is omega. The angular momentum of the entire assembly about the point O is L vector, which can be seen in the figure. Then which of the following statement or statements is or are true? Statement A, the magnitude of angular momentum of the assembly about its center of mass, what is its value? Is it 17 ma squared omega by 2? Or B, the magnitude of the z component of L vector is 55 ma square omega? Option C, the magnitude of angular momentum of center of mass of the assembly about the point O is 81 ma squared omega? Or D, the center of mass of the assembly rotates about the z axis with an angular speed of omega by 5. So since it is a multiple correct choice type question, so we'll have to see which all choices may be correct. Is it only one choice is correct, or two, or three, or all? We'll have to check that. Now, first of all, what we'll do is we'll draw the diagram quickly over here.
$2,000 later.
So as you can see, this is the diagram given, and we have got two discs, as you can see. Now they have been connected by a rigid but light rod, means massless rod, and let's take the centers of the two discs, giving them names A and B. Their masses are given as m and 4m, their radii are given as a and 2a. Now this system or assembly, as you can see, is rolling without slipping on the ground. So basically this system is turning like this, and it will be turning around. So about the point O, as you can see, a line has been drawn. This rod, this light rod, has a length L, and the distance between the center of the smaller disc and the point O mentioned in the question, it is also given as L. Now what is the value of L? They have mentioned in the question. L is equals to root 24a. Now this value is mentioned. Let's keep a few other values handy. Suppose I take this angle as theta. Now as you can see, this being 90 degree, this is L, which is root 24a, this is a. So this length by Pythagoras theorem will be under root of L square plus a square. So that will become root 25a square, which will be nothing but 5a. So by Pythagoras theorem you can check that this will come out as 5a. Clear? Now what all values they are asking, we will see them one by one, and whichever calculation will be comparatively say shorter, we'll try to do it first. So here they have given that the angular momentum of the entire assembly about the point O is L vector. The first option which they are talking about is the magnitude of angular momentum of the assembly about its center of mass is. Well, since it is turning with omega, so this assembly will turn round and round, so about the z axis. So you can see that if this is given as omega, they are asking the angular momentum about the center of mass. So obviously you can see that center of mass of the system will lie along the line joining the centers of the discs, that is between A and B, and suppose this distance, let's call it as R1. So you very well know how to find R1. We use the formula M1 R1 is equals to M2 R2 and R1 plus R2 is equals to L. Going by that, if you remember, what is R1? R1 is M2. What is M2? 4M into total separation between the centers of A and B. What is that? L divided by sum of masses. So what does it become? It becomes 4L by 5. So 4L by 5 is the value of R1. By the definition of location of CM for a two particle system, considering the two disks as two particles whose center of mass will be located at A and B, so we get the position of the center of mass of the assembly. This is the center of mass of the assembly. So its distance from A is 4L by 5. So now we get the distance of center of mass from O OCM. Let's give it a name also. Let's call this as small r. So what is OCM? OCM will be L plus R1. So I am explaining in detail. This becomes 9L by 5, where we know the value of L as root 24a. Once we get the value of OCM, apart from that I said that two values we will keep handy, that is the value of theta. Now how to find the values of cos theta and sin theta? Cos theta will be base by hypotenuse, that is L by 5a, and putting the value of L, we get root 24 by 5 as the value of cos theta. What about sin theta? Similarly, sin theta is perpendicular by base, perpendicular is perpendicular by hypotenuse, 1 by 5. So we get the values of the two trigonometric ratios cos and sin. Now since they are asking the angular momentum of the assembly about the CM axis, so you can see as it is turning, the CM axis will be this one. So if I produce this one, this is our CM axis. So with respect to the CM axis, the assembly is rotating with what angular speed? Omega. About the CM axis it is rotating, pure rotation, angular speed omega. So if I am asked the first thing that what is the angular momentum of the assembly, so you know very well that if omega is in this sense, then thumb will give you the direction of omega vector and LCM axis. Understood? Turning your right hand fingers in the sense of omega, you can see the thumb will give you the direction of omega vector as well as LCM. So we get this becomes LCM. What is LCM? Angular momentum of the assembly about the CM axis, and this will be also the direction of the axial vector omega vector. So both are along this axis. So let's write the values quickly. L about CM axis magnitude will be nothing but ICM into omega, because it is pure rotation about the CM axis. So two discs, the axis is perpendicular to their plane and passing through their CM. So we know the formula for moment of inertia of a disc, which is mr square by 2. So since there are two discs, so we will write first one's mass is m, radius is a, second disc mass is 4m, radius is 2a, and multiply it with omega. So 2 2s are 4, 4s are 16, 1 17. So we get 17 m omega a squared upon 2. Now if you see the magnitude they are asking, first option, that is option A, they have given this only. So this means option A is correct option. So option A is correct over here. Now option A being correct, let's come to the other options. Option B, they are asking magnitude of Z component of L vector. First we have to find L vector, then we have to take the component of L vector along Z axis. So for that obviously we will be needing the angular momentum of the assembly about the point O, L vector, and for that we also need to know the angular speed about the Z axis also. So I think that this will be done once we have checked the other options, then it will be easier to find option B. So let's move to option C. They are asking the magnitude of angular momentum of center of mass of the assembly about the point O. So magnitude of angular momentum of center of mass of the assembly about the point O, and D, they are saying the center of mass of the assembly rotates about the Z axis with an angular speed of omega by 5. Okay. So for this what we are doing, let's check the center of mass. What we can say about the center of mass, its velocity and all. So next thing what we are going to do is, if you see this being the point O, this is center of mass. This point B and this point is A. Now since the discs are pure rolling, so if you see from the side, so since they are pure rolling on a static surface, that is ground, what we can say, the velocity of the point B, where is the velocity of the point B? Since it is rolling like this, velocity of point B and point A will be into the page. Clear? Velocity of point B and point A will be into the page. If you see from this side, from here if you see, then what you can see is velocity of A, this is omega and this is A. So we know similarly for B also, if you see from the point O, if you look from the point O, if you are looking like this, you will see A and B. So VA and VB, we can say pure rolling on static surface. So what is the value of VA? Omega R, and VB is also omega R, so 2 omega A. So this was when you were looking from which point? When you were looking from the point O. This is the observation made when you were looking from O. But if you see from the front side, so B and A velocities will be into the page. So we can say the velocity of point B is into the page. Value we have already got for this is because of pure rolling. We get the values of VB and VA. Similarly, VA vector is also into the page. So we can find the velocity of center of mass. It will be also into the page. So what is the formula for VCM? M1V1 plus M2V2 by M1 plus M2 for two particle system. So here we will take the first mass M into VA plus second mass 4M, its center of mass velocity VB divided by total mass 5M. Now why I am not using the vector sign? Because both are in the same direction. VA, VB both are into the page. At the given instant, VA and VB both are into the page. Right? So this was again telling, if you have any confusion, when seen from O, then you are seeing like this. But if you are seeing from the front, VA and VB both are into the page. So VCM value we get VA omega A, and here 4 to the 8, 1 9. We get 9 omega A by 5. This is also into the page. Clear? Now we got VCM. After getting VCM, what else now we can see from here is if you consider the center of mass and this being O origin, right, this being Z axis, this angle we know theta, this OCM, we have taken OCM as R, let's call it as R vector. It is the position vector of center of mass with respect to O. Its magnitude we have already found 9L by 5. Where is the velocity of CM? It is into the page. Clear? So if you see the angular speed of center of mass from O, angular velocity, let's say vector, axial vector quantity, angular velocity of center of mass from O, then you can see the sense of turning, the center of mass, this is the line joining CM to O, and how is the CM going? See my palm, CM is going into the page. So what is the sense of turning? Into the page. Sense of turning is into the page, then thumb will give you the axial vector omega vector. See again, this is the sense of turning, flat along the board going into the page. So where is the thumb pointing? This side. So this will give you perpendicular will be what we say as omega vector of CM with respect to O. Omega vector of CM with respect to O. And if you still have any doubt, you should remember that V can be written as omega cross R by this also. Every point I am explaining. So if you will turn your fingers from omega to R vector, you can see the thumb will give you the direction of VCM, which is into the page. Got it? So this is omega of center of mass with respect to O. Now let's find this value also. Omega of center of mass with respect to O is VCM divided by the length OCM. What is OCM? R. Now let's put the value. What is VCM? VCM is 9 omega A by 5, and what is R? R is 9L by 5. 5 cancels, 9 cancels, so we get omega of center of mass with respect to O as omega A by L. So this is one important value that we get. Now from here, what all things we can find? Option C and option D we can check for. Option C, the magnitude of angular momentum of the center of mass only. So if you take center of mass, the entire mass, that is 5m, can be treated as a particle placed at center of mass. Let's keep it here, 5m mass. Right? So center of mass is translating and has a velocity VCM. So they are asking the angular momentum of center of mass about the point O. So if you see, angular momentum of center of mass from the point O. So center of mass is purely translating. I hope the written things are visible. Okay. Me being visible all the time is not necessary. The things which are written should be visible to all of you. LCM with respect to O. So what we know the formula? MR cross V. So this value, if we want to find, we can say total mass, position vector of center of mass with respect to O, cross velocity of center of mass with respect to O. Now we can clearly see that RCM, omega, VCM all are mutually perpendicular. So if you talk of the magnitude from here, angular momentum of center of mass with respect to O, this will become total mass 5m. Then this RCM length is, we know, 9L by 5, and VCM we know 9 omega A by 5. So finally putting the value, 155 cancels, 81 omega by 5. Let's see one more thing. L is root 24a, so put that also. 81 root 24 by 5 omega a square into m. Now if you see the option C that they have given, magnitude of angular momentum of center of mass of the assembly about the point O, it is just given as 81 ma square omega, whereas we are getting extra root 24 by 5. It is approximately equal to 81 but not exactly. If it was root 25, then it would become 81, but it is root 24. So this means that option C is incorrect. So option C is incorrect. Till now we have seen which option we are getting as correct is option A. So option A we obtained first here. This is correct. Rest of the terms, what you can see is LCM with respect to O, the value is not 81 m omega a square exactly, it is different. So C option is wrong. Now let's see option D. The center of mass of the assembly, this CM, rotates about the Z axis with an angular speed of how much? Now this CM, its angular velocity with respect to O, you can see is this value, omega CMO, which we have found here. How much it is? Omega A by L. But they are not asking this. In D option they are asking the Z component of this angular speed. So let's give it a name. We will call it as omega Z. So what is omega Z? Omega Z is the angular velocity of center of mass about the Z axis. So omega z is nothing but omega Cm with respect to O component along z axis. Now how to find that component? This total is 90, this is theta, this is 90 minus theta. So can I say this angle will be theta? See clearly. This is theta, this angle will be 90 minus theta. This angle is 90 minus theta. So this will be theta. So what is omega z? Omega Cm with respect to O? Cos theta. So if this is cos theta, now let's put the values. What we have got is omega A by L. And what is cos theta? Check here. Cos theta is L by 5A. Cos theta is L by 5A. So from here we get the value of omega z as omega by 5. Now if you see the option D they have given the same. That means till now we have concluded three things. Option A and option D are the correct ones, whereas option C is incorrect. So these all values we have found. Now remains the part B. The magnitude of the z component of L vector is how much? 55 m a square omega. Is it correct or not? We have to check that. So for that, first we have to find L vector. In the question they had mentioned that L vector is the angular momentum of this entire assembly about the point O. So let's find that. So for that, since you have already seen these all points, I will be erasing a few portions of this. So I think this much portion of the board will be sufficient in finding the value. Okay. So now in this diagram itself we will see what all we obtained. We have obtained angular momentum of the center of mass, angular momentum of the assembly about the center of mass axis, LCM, is along this line, the line joining the centers A and B along this line. Okay. They are asking about L vector. Now what is L vector? In the question, L vector is given as the angular momentum of the assembly about which point? About point O. It is about point. And in question part B they are asking the magnitude of Z component. Means they are asking the component of L vector along the Z axis. Right. So first let's see what is L vector. L vector is LO. Now what is the assembly doing? Think. The assembly is rotating about the center of mass axis, and the center of mass we just saw is translating. Center of mass is translating with velocity VCM. So we can say that it is a case of combined rotation and translation. So angular momentum L is nothing but angular momentum of the assembly about the CM axis plus center of mass angular momentum with respect to O. So we have studied this in angular momentum. The resultant angular momentum in case of combined rotation and translation is angular momentum about the CM axis plus angular momentum of the translation due to translation of center of mass, okay, about the point O. Now we have found this here, and this LCM with respect to O, LCM with respect to O also we have found over here. You can see we have found these two values. So let's see. Now LCM with respect to O, the diagram again let's draw it. From here only we saw that VCM will be into the page. This is VCM vector. So LCM is 17 m omega a square by 2 and its direction you can see like this. Talking about LCM O, what is it equal to? We know this value is, just as I have written, I am just writing it again. To help you understand, position vector of center of mass from O cross VCM. Thumb is giving you the direction, so you can see this is the direction of angular momentum of center of mass with respect to O, which is also at what angle? Theta. So this is in the diagram and its value you can see we have calculated over here. LCM value we know and we know the direction also, right? So LCM we know is, just writing here, ICM omega. Now these are vector quantities. So we have to find the z component of L vector. So what I am doing for the final, this being z axis, now you can see this being O, this is LCM with respect to O, angle is theta. So it will have a component along z axis as LCM O cos theta. Now if you see this line, these two are mutually perpendicular, so draw a perpendicular to this line. This one is LCM vector. Now if this angle is theta, this is 90, this angle will be 90 minus theta. So what component we have along negative z direction? LCM cos 90 minus theta, that is sin theta. So our final value LZ is this minus this, LCM O cos theta minus LCM sin theta, and it is acting upwards. This is LZ. So putting the values now, LCM with respect to O, you can see 81 root 24 by 5 omega a square m. So what we can do, 81 by 5 cos theta you can see is root 24 by 5, cos theta is root 24 by 5. If you will multiply root 24 by 5 here, root 24 will become 24 and 5 will become 25. Clear? Minus LCM sin theta. Now you may be wondering why I did not write m omega a square, because I will take both m omega a square common from both. Okay, minus LCM sin theta. In LCM you are having 17 by 2 and sin theta is 1 by 5. So 17 by 2 into 1 by 5 is 17 by 10. Now we can take common and you are left with how much? M omega a square. acting upwards. So they have asked whether it is equals to 55 ma square omega or not. Now we can save our time by taking approximation whether we are getting answer close to 55 or not. Let's see. Approximately, if you see, not exactly, approximately. If I take 24 as 25, just, so 25 will cancel, you will get 81. And here you are having 17 by 10, which is 1.7. So 81 minus 1.7. 81 minus 1.7 is how much? You will say around 79.4 m omega a square, not exactly, but it is far away from the value given in option B, that is 55 m a square omega. So we will say that the option B is also incorrect. So we can see from this that out of the 4 options given, only option A and option D are the correct ones. So these were the concepts involved in solving the question. Each point I have written clearly on the board and tried to explain. So understand how to find the angular momentum, what are the directions of the different angular momentum. Angular momentum is not always an axial vector. Okay, so it can have components also, like over here you can see angular momentum about a certain axis when you are taking. In case of pure rotation, in case of rotation you can take it as an axial vector. About the axis of rotation we take angular momentum, but here it is combined rotation and translation. So L vector is having 2 parts, LCM and LCMO. So when we write the 2 parts and when we take their components along the z axis, we are seeing that the difference of LCMO cos theta and LCM sin theta, that gives us the net LZ value. Clear? So this question was considered tough because it involves a lot of concepts. But those concepts, if you are thorough with, then this question could have been solved easily. And as far as calculations are concerned, I had explained, so you may think that it is very lengthy, but while you are solving, if you are taking suitable approximations, you can see which option can be certainly ruled out, right? And here the option C is very close to 81 m omega a square, but not exactly. So that's why we have ruled out the option C. So in this way we were able to solve the question, and I hope that my explanation, whatever I gave for the question, you were able to understand. So check out for more videos coming, and in that we will be selecting other questions, and through those questions we will try to understand the concepts of physics involved. Okay, and in this way we can build our concepts, and once our concepts get built up, as I have said earlier also, you can solve any question very quickly. But first thing is building up the concepts. So do subscribe and join for more videos. Thank you.